should we be having more fun at work? Hi, I'm Jasmine O'Reilly. This is my millennial perspective, where I comment on things that I'm seeing in the news or the media or research that I've found and give my own personal millennial perspective on what I think is going on. And this week I have been talking on the radio as well as recorded our first podcast episode for the Change Doesn't Have to Suck podcast with Alistair on this exact topic. Should we be having more fun at work? And I mean, the answer to that is super logical, I think, and I did say this on the radio. Of course we should. We spend so many hours at work in our day and so many years of our life at work. It makes absolute sense that we would want to be content and have a good time while we are there. But there's a whole lot of reasons as to why we should consider this if we are leaders. So I want to, start with what's happening in Australia and globally at the moment. And it's a phenomenon called the Great Detachment. You might have also heard it referred to as quiet quitting. And it's a real problem actually at the moment. And the statistics, I think there's new sort of stats coming out on employee engagement every month at the moment, and they're actually getting worse. So earlier this year, Gallup did some research globally, 3.3 million people all throughout the world, and grabbed a lot of stats on disengagement and stress levels and burnout. Now in Australia, and same for New Zealand with the same numbers as our Kiwi neighbours, only 23% of people reported feeling engaged at work. I'll talk about engagement in a minute. And the other stat which really worried me was 61% of people reported feeling burnout. And that was higher than the global average. So that was the Australian number. I think the global average in that Gallup report was about 48%. So we are more stressed and burnt out in Australia, which doesn't make any sense. We're really laid back people. We've got beautiful weather, beautiful culture, but we are burnt out. And what that means is, and this is where the quiet quitting comes in, is that we've got absenteeism, we've got lots of turnover because people are searching for something that they're just not getting at work. And then there was another study which said actually employee engagement in Australia is about 16%. So either way, the stats are pretty bad. And why should we care? It's not a nice to have. It's actually a financial impact to your business and to your team dynamics if you actually nail engagement. So if you have high engagement, so the teams that did have high engagement had like crazy statistics, like 78% reduction in absenteeism, 50% reduction in staff turnover. On the flip side, they had higher levels of customer satisfaction. Of course, they're happy. They're going to give good service to their customers. They were more productive. They were bringing in more money for the company. So it's in your best interest, if you are a company or if you are a leader, to really think about how do you improve engagement or even just culture generally in your team. So what are the things you can do? There are 4 things that, experts, not me, but I back them, what they suggest that you should do. So the first thing that you should do to increase engagement is to build trust in your team. Particularly if you're the leader, they have to be able to believe that what you say is what you mean. There's no hidden agenda. So build trust in the team, not just with the leader, but with each other. Similarly, you should also look to increase the communication channels between people. It shouldn't just be the leader communicating down. It should be, this spaghetti map of people communicating amongst themselves, figuring out things themselves, and maybe even communicating with other teams as well in a really organic, productive way for communication. When you've got those two, of course, it's really logical that the next thing that you do is you increase the innovative thinking that's happening in your team. So maybe you set time to, ideate on issues or brainstorm together. So increasing innovative thinking. And then, of course, you can also increase the timeliness and the quality of your decision making. Because if you have a cohesive team and they're being transparent with you about their recommendations, then as the leader, you can also make decisions quite quickly. And if you get all of those things firing, then you improve team health. Now, where does fun come in? Fun and play. It's a bit of an emerging topic in Australia. There's lots of people talking about it. Some are based on academia. Some are just sort of jumping on the bandwagon. If you're curious in this space, I highly recommend you check out playgrounded.co. They're a company based in Melbourne who are experts in play-based leadership and team dynamic work, but why play? So, we all grow up and become adults, but essentially we are still children. And how children communicate and build sense of belonging and connection is through play. And I, as a mum of 2 young kids, I see this every single day. But why play? Because play actually allows you to build that communication super quick. You're problem solving together if it is a game or a competition. You're innovating, you're doing all of those things that improve team health. And you can do this in minutes, not hours. You don't have to have a dedicated personal development day or bring in an expert. You can have a fun agenda item in your team meeting every week. You can have reflective practice on a Friday. You can have lunch together with no agenda at all. They're all forms of play, and humans are really attracted to it. And you're more likely to have them open up, have fun, get to know them a little bit better. And then when people are being their true selves at work, then that's when real connection happens and you become engaged and you get a really highly functioning team. So yes, have fun at work. I would love your views on how does maybe your team or your leader bring fun into the workplace. It doesn't mean gimmicks. It doesn't mean symbolic fun, genuine fun. How do you lighten the mood and have a good time when you're at work? Love to hear your thoughts.